Hey, oh my goodness, new setting, but it's still up. So before we even get started, I want you guys to number one, tell us if you can hear. And number two, share, share, and share. Since we are live, you can share us now. So share, share, share. Um, so I am your host, Makita, and this is my beautiful co-host.
I'm Keisha.
Hey y'all. So we had to switch it up a little bit. The weather kind of got bad on us here in Chicago, so we had to switch it up and come on to the live. So I hope you guys are tuning in. So tonight we are going to talk about we're gonna stay fun, right? Because that's what this show is about. So we're gonna stay fun, and we want you guys to join into the conversation. So we are going to talk about the first thing is let me get it together because now I gotta read comments on the screen. Um, y'all, this is very new to us doing it this way. So I gotta it's going in and out just a little. Okay. Um, okay. If you can't hear us, just let us know. You can take that comment off the screen. Um, okay, so what we're talking about tonight, we're gonna talk about relationships and we're gonna talk about this new age 2023 that kind of spilled over from 2022 dating. Keisha.
Yes.
You still getting to what you're doing today? WYD. Like not what are you doing, but WYD.
Yes, I do, but mine come from people that I'm already acquainted with. So it doesn't bother me because I know you. Like we've been talking to each other for a minute. So I also think it's because I'm younger too. So
okay, yeah. There is I don't want to say generation gap because I ain't that much older, but there is a gap. So for me, and I guess it wouldn't bother me as much. Oh God! Okay, so do you think it's the text? Is the difference in the age of the text?
I do think it's a difference in like the age. Because I have my older sisters, as you like to call them, that are in their 50s and 60s, and they gonna block you when you text that WYD. And I'm like, why are you blocking me? And he just said, what you doing? He said, spell it out, but he said, what you doing? And they do not like that.
I don't either. I don't even like GM.
Now, GM, yeah, obviously. I don't know, but it to me, you didn't put effort into it.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying.
say good morning or good morning, gorgeous, or good morning, beautiful, and don't just put G because I feel like you rushing and you really don't want to.
You really don't want to talk to me. Oh my! I think okay. So with the GM is a no, but I guess we can. Yeah, don't. Okay, over 40. Over 40. Okay, over 40. Come on, y'all. Over 40. I know we got some people over 40 that's watching. Over 40, do you like or can you tolerate the WYD? I'm gonna say no. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. So just chime in. We got a watcher and she says, I hate that. Spell out the word. Absolutely. Spell the word out for me. Like it's easier for you to just like you can't say 5 minutes and be like, what are you doing? Okay.
I can't follow right because I do it too. I got a bad about saying WYD. But the good morning I'll spell out.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I think
because it's one letter.
I think I just be how I feel. Like in the morning, I'm up, I'm ready for work, and the person who I'm texting good morning to, I might be excited to hear from them. So I don't spell out good morning, but by midday, it's WYD because I've had long days by noon. And
I know, y'all.
I don't know.
I'm still lost with that. So okay. So WYD. So what about do you online date?
I used to, and I had too many bad experiences, so I stopped.
So I online date. And since you have online dating in the past, what do you think should be the minimum requirement or time that you have to make plans? Like you've talked to this person, y'all been talking back and forth. How long are we talking before we make plans?
For me, I would say about 3 weeks.
I think okay. So going back just a little bit, it says if it's your first time addressing me, it shows no effort at all. Going back to the WYG and the GM, right? And then it's like a no. They said no. WYD is not going to happen. And we got Latanya on here and Kim, and they are joining the conversation. So Kim and Latanya said it's a no for us. The WYD is a no.
I do it too, so I can.
Yes, that's what it is. And then Kim said, how about you just call? And I'm with that too. Like, pick up the phone, and I think that's another, I think generational. I hate that word generational because it's not a generational thing, but I think that's an age thing, right? Because all this texting back and forth, pick up the phone.
Now, I think with me, I don't like talking on the phone because I take phone calls all day. So
Yeah.
I do not want to talk to folks on the phone, but I will if I'm getting to know somebody. But
Yeah.
just to keep having these conversations, be like, look, I get to the tree this long.
Because I'm like, call me on the phone. So going forward, right? Because we was about to get into the conversation about how long does it take to get this date, right? And I'm big on, yes, I would like to get to know you back and forth. You know, we talk, you know, via text or on the phone. But I need, especially with online dating, because you can put anybody picture up, and I watch Catfish a lot. Like I love that show. So I need to know that you look like you look, right? Even if because I am a fan of what is it, FaceTiming. Y'all, I swear I feel so old. But I'm a fan of FaceTime, right? But I'm also feeling like I need to meet you. I need to have a face-to-face conversation with you, even if it's and it's not. We don't have to do the $300, $400 dinners. I'm not into that. But we need to. Can we meet at the coffee shop? Can we, meet for drinks? Can we go to one of our favorite sponsors tonight? Can we go to Cooper's Hall and have a wine tasting? We'll talk about that in a few seconds. So what you think about that?
Yeah, like it takes me 2 weeks to probably even just give my number to you. Like I think in the past I've talked on the app for probably like 2 weeks. And then if I'm gonna give my number to you, I'm gonna need photos. So I'm gonna be like, look, I need you to take a picture of yourself going like this or something like that.
Yeah.
People really be out here catfishing people.
Yeah.
And, if the conversation is cool over the phone, then, like you said, maybe 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Okay, let's go meet up for coffee. Let's go take a walk in a public park.
Yes.
There's people there.
That's why I'm nobody goes to no park. Don't go to there. Okay, I can see that. Listen, y'all, we got wine tonight. Oh my goodness. So we're here every second and fourth Thursday. Is it Thursday? I'm sorry, guys. We changed the date because we were moving to live. So every second and fourth Thursday we are here. So if you would like your wine or your mobile bar to be one of our sponsors, you can definitely inbox us. Tonight, our sponsor is Cooper's Hall, one of my favorite restaurants. I am a member. I get blah, blah, bottles of wine a month. That's not your business. That's my business. As my auntie Tabitha Brown said, that's my business. And tonight's wine, it is so rich. It is so good. It is the chocolate almond. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is the chocolate almond. It has a chocolate, yes, and it's got the little, the brown label. It's amazing. One of my favorites. So we are drinking chocolate almond wine tonight. Thanks to you, Keisha, for a new beginning on live, guys. Okay, so we're gonna meet this guy, guy's case, woman. My son laughing at us, our executive producer. Um, we're gonna meet this guy in 2 to 3 weeks. So how long after that first initial do you want that second date? Because I'm like, okay, the first date went great. The first meeting, because it's not a date, right? It's a meeting. So that first meeting went really well, and now we are waiting how long before that second date, or the actual date?
If I like you and I really, really vibe for you, we go on the next meeting.
What we waiting on?
Like if I really like you and we really vibe,
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but if I just can sense like, okay, yeah, we just gonna be friends, then maybe next month.
Okay. I'm with you there, right?
Because I usually pick up.
You do.
Like, okay, I'm friends on you, or I like you.
I will tell y'all a quick story. I was talking to this guy recently. I was talking to this guy, and I thought just maybe, right, it could go somewhere. But I just told Keisha yesterday, like, you're weird. You know, he's very, very, very intelligent, right? He's got his master's, all this good stuff. He does great. Won't say what type of job he is, because if he's watching, it's just what it is, right? But he's weird. He is weird. And Keisha was like, well, what do you think? He's weird. Like, he's very intelligent, but he's like an artist with that weirdness, right? And I was like, yeah, friend zone. That's the end of that, friend zone. And Keisha, of course, laughed at me. And I was like, no, for real. So, can the friend zone guys come out of friend zone?
They can. I have a guy recently that I just had to friend zone, and that was because his life is just so busy. Like, he owns multiple businesses and a full-time job, so he makes time when he can. But when we first met, we went out on a few days, and then I saw like, yeah, work takes over your whole entire life. But I like you though, so let's just be friends. And actually, we work better as friends. Like, so I mean, if he ever wanted to come out the friend zone, I'm selfish. You gotta give me time. I'm not gonna see you once a month because you work 24/7. Like, no.
So I want to ask the question that I know you guys are thinking tongue tied tonight. Can you friend zone somebody that you've already been into?
That's not hard.
Because then it's gonna feel like
he already went there.
Right. So now I'm referring to benefits.
Yeah, pretty much.
The situation shifts, right? There you have it. Any comments over there? Any comments? Good. Come on, y'all, join the conversation.
No, once you done went there with somebody, it's kind of hard to go back. It's fine. Cause y'all see each other naked now. So what? I mean, no, it's nothing to be curious about anymore. Like, y'all live there, so.
So are you saying that you can't be friends with an ex? Because I have exes that I can be friends. Oh, okay. So I am friends with a couple exes, and they are in relationships or married, and we cool. Like, I don't know how their wives and girlfriends feel, but we cool. Like, and I'm not attracted to them anymore like that. Like, some of us we have, and some of us we haven't. But I'm not. The attraction is not there where I'm like, ooh, it's a real friendship where I can call them and we have real conversations about stuff. So I wonder if that's with age too.
No, I think it depends on the person. Like, my exes were not good people, I just say. So when I left the relationship, it's like I still want to be with you. So we can't. I tried to put the whole friendship together, but when you can't be friends with somebody when they want to be with you, absolutely, so absolutely, it just never works out. So it's like, okay, now I got to cut forward. Just go our separate ways.
Oh God.
have not had that ex yet where we just friends.
I haven't, and I don't think I like it. I'm not like it. Because we still got. I mean, and again, we are great friends now. They are in relationships, but sometimes I start thinking about like, how is it that you could be this perfect person now, but you were
Horrible. What you me? How does that work?
But so yeah, that's a good one. So come on, y'all. We need your questions. We need your comments. We want you guys to join the conversation. Let's keep the conversation going. Are we going to do a class today? Because guys, we have these cards, but they get deep sometimes, and we're trying not to like super be deep tonight. We just kind of. She found one.
Okay, so I have a question for the audience out there. And this is something that is very prevalent to today's time, so I'm interested in everybody else's views on it. A woman says she doesn't want to have sex on the first date because a man will respect her less if she does. Does she have a point? And I have seen this talked about a lot about what is the appropriate time frame to be intimate with somebody. You got Steve Harvey out here saying, wait 90 days. You got some women and men like, it don't matter if you have sex with me on the first date or a month later. If I like you, I like you. So,
and if I don't like you, I'll wait and still walk away.
Exactly. So when is the perfect time to you just I don't know. I think you have to get a feel of the person. No, I would not have sex with somebody on the first day. No, I would not, because I don't know you. You know, but would I wait 90 days? I have not waited 90 days.
I don't think I have ever seen the
I did one time. I did wait one time. And I waited 5 months. And it still turned out to be crazy. So
Kim said, do you test drive a car when you go by it? I test drove a car yesterday. Not that kind of test driving. I really went to the Volkswagen dealership. And I test drove this car twice now because I went and test drove something else when I came back. And I say that because what if you, like, I can't, I'm trying to think of how to say this, y'all. I don't want to be in a relationship and be all in love, and then it gets drawn. How do you teach somebody that? Like, cause at 40, because I'm 45 now. So at 45, that means that he's at least 40 plus, right? I have given up the younger men. So he's at least 40 plus. So in 40 plus years, you ain't learned how to.
But see, everyone is different too.
Absolutely, but
everyone's body is different. And
you don't think there's at least a basic?
Yeah, there's definitely basic. Like if your soldier don't stand at attention, that's a problem because that's the basic.
Yeah, like it's gotta be a basic. It's gotta be, and I get it that some women like, whatever. But if you can't, like the 3 minutes,
yeah,
like it's a no for me, right? So then, do you test drive a car? Absolutely, we do.
I would not go first night.
Other. Why don't I see that? Okay, so this one says, go back to comment for me. Marriage commitment. Okay, I got it. This one says, it depends on the relationship. If it's a homie for a long time, turn over on the first date, you may mistake your relationship purpose, but know the reasons meant well. So that sounds like if we kind of been kicking it for a while, we cool, we friends, and we decide some kind of way that, okay, you know what? You single, I'm single, and I really do like you on a deeper level than just friendship. Would you smash then on the first date?
No, but not on the first day. It wasn't on the first day. Like it just happened one day. But we had known each other for over a year. And we was cool. So it was fine. But if I'm looking to date you, like if I'm just meeting you and like we go out on our first date, say 3-4 weeks into knowing each other. No, I'm not smashing on the first date because I really don't know you. You could be a serial killer. You could be anybody. But would I wait the 90 days? I've done that. I've waited over 90 days before and it still turned out chaotic. So I think it's whenever you and that person decide it's all right.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You got 30 days. You got about 30 days with me before something has got to be. Because in 30 days, in a perfect world, me and a friend of mine have to say, in a perfect world, in 30 days, we've been out on several dates. We've hung out because being on a date and hanging out are two different things, right? So we've been on a couple dates, several dates. We've hung out a couple times. We've been sat on the phone, definitely. So in that, we got at this point, like I got 30 days. Okay, so the next one says marriage and commitment matters. Oh, can you go back? Yeah, marriage and commitment matters. Love of embrace each night and day matures life with compassion and heartfelt responsibility. Let me tell you, I want to be married, but I gotta get past the dating part first. So yeah, I can do it.
It's hard. And as coming from somebody that was married and back in the dating world, I ain't gonna lie, I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired, and I'm just it's gonna just me and my adopted kids and a dog in a second because
I've been single. Like I've dated. Don't get me wrong. I've dated. I've tried to go into a committed relationship, but I've been for real single since 2018. And again, I tried to date. You know, that relationship is done. I don't have any hard feelings. He doesn't have any hard feelings. We could probably be friends if we, ever ran into each other type thing. But since then, it's been effort. Like, and they grown. Like my last almost relationship, he was 50, right? He was 50 something. I think he was 52. Still crying about his ex that left him over a year ago. Like I saw him. So this was 20. We met during pandemic. So this was going into 21. She had already been gone a year. I saw him maybe 4 months ago, and he's still crying. Like, what did she do, babe? Because you still crying? Okay, I digress. It is a difference between sex on the first date with the man and sex on the first date with the woman. But I don't have sex with women. So I don't know if that means. I want to say this might be saying that there's a difference for us, right?
Yeah, because women are more emotional creatures.
Yeah.
And some of us out here can have sex with no emotion. And men can have sex and catch feelings as well as they can have sex and have emotions. It just all depends on that person. But sex does create attachments. The more you do it with that person, it creates
it
attachment.
Clouds your judgment. It clouds the judgment because you're like, what is good?
I am a witness to that. I'm a witness to that. If the penis good, you know anything else. Literally, will ignore everything else. The man can be a serial killer.
I can't with her. She said that. She said that I did. I'm gonna say,
And then when you take it away, you ain't like, what was I thinking? Wait, I ain't got no car.
oh, geez.
What was I thinking?
Y'all, I'm telling y'all. The Art of Transparency Talk Show, when we talk about real life stuff, y'all. We talk about dating, relationships, situationships, love, marriage. We are going to have somebody on here that is married, right? So that they can give their opinion on how marriage is and what that's like. And because I'm telling y'all, I've never been married. Keisha, she has been married before. She is a widow. However, a young widow at that. So now she's back in this dating world. I'm back in the dating world, and it's just like, what is this? Because I be kind of digging in the bag, like, where the old Makita at that didn't even care, like, and if she come back, the old Makita that didn't care, I'm a little worried for her to come back, like, because I want to care, and I want a relationship, and I want a marriage. So if she come back, so y'all better get me while I'm trying to care, because I dig in the crate too long and pull her out. Y'all gonna be like, this girl crazy. So, okay. So our next comment is, longest time you've been celibate, single, and in a relationship. For me, I have been celibate almost a year. And I've been single since 2018.
I have been single since
You gotta think of it.
July of last year.
So 2022 or 21?
22.
Okay. She ain't never been.
No, I have not practiced celibacy since I've been single. But I've been single since July of last year. They make that clear.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
From time to time. But I'm working on that though. Because that's my one. So
I'm gonna have to pull the old key out. Like this stuff, like it ain't fun. It depends on what you're looking for in a relationship. I'm looking for a godly man and a godly relationship. So sex won't come before marriage. She's baby, we love you. She said sex will not come before
I already
marriage.
know who that was.
Is it Sam? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my widow sisters. Yeah, she the one who keep us together. She be, nah, y'all know what the word said. What is y'all doing?
Sandra, pull this one with you.
Oh yes,
baby. But and let me be very clear, for real. I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay, so I digress. Let me be transparent. I see my husband as a pastor. I don't know why or how or any of those things. And if you had asked me 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh, no. But now I really believe my husband is a pastor or about to be a pastor. Either way it goes, in this life, I'm going to be a first lady. And I see it very clearly, very vividly, right? And I'm still, again, it'll be almost a year for me for celibacy, right? I'm okay abstaining because somebody told me to stop using that word celibate. I am abstaining from sex. And it's not because, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go a year, or I'm going to go this long, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. I want to be in something. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be in a situationship or a friend with benefits. I'm not doing those things. So I am abstaining, and I don't have no problem with that. So I think that my husband is probably now a minister on his way to a pastoral chair, or however that is said. But I can't definitely say that I'm waiting until marriage. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm gonna need to test drive the car before we pay for it. Like, When I pull up to the dealership, I need a test drive.
Not the first date, but at least
absolutely not the first date, but
yeah.
So I thank you, Sandra, but I think I might be a little. She says, "Do you go to Christian singles church gatherings? It may be fun." Actually, I have not heard of any in my city. Like I haven't heard of any to go to.
I've heard of a few, but I'm gonna take the group, so I'm not gonna go because I'll be in there saying stuff I'm not supposed to be saying. So I already put myself in them. I know me. I know me. I'm not there yet. So if people invite me all the time, I'd be like, nope, not ready for that. Keisha still got some work to do, but she started attending them type of groups. Because me, I'm one of those people, if I know I'm doing something, that's gonna make me feel like a hypocrite. So I don't want to be in there with everybody else, like, oh, we practicing abstinence, and we when I know that I'm gonna make a phone call when I leave. So I don't want to be in that line.
Okay. Keep growing in the relationship you are in with yourself. A male is an accessory to the outcome. Don't pray for the marriage, embrace the reasons for the commitment. Okay. I don't have a definite no to that, but and then Sandra says, why do single women want things of God but don't want to obey his word? Ooh, that's a deep one there. Ooh.
I think it's just all about what people are ready for and what they're ready to put themselves through. Because I think abstaining from sex is not easy, especially when you're used to having it all the time. It's not, and that's a process. That's a mental and physical process. So I don't think people are really ready to go through that. And then when you're abstaining from sex, that clears your vision up. So that means you have to deal with things that might have possibly been causing you to have all these sexual relations out there. So that means you got to sit in that and actually really deal with that. And I just don't think a lot of people are ready for that. Just my people.
Well, y'all, we're going to take a break real quick and we'll be right back in 30 seconds. We'll be right back. And we're back. Sometimes you just gotta take a breather. So we left off with not wanting to obey his word. I honestly don't think that it's not. I don't think that we don't want to obey his word. I think, it's flesh. I think it's flesh. That's the only way I can really be honest and say it's flesh. It's flesh. Because I am definitely one that I'm a church goer. Like I believe in all of that, right? But I do know that sometimes we follow flesh before we follow what we're supposed to. Keisha is looking for us a card. I'm gonna read this Almond. As soon as I see it. Oh wait, we got some other ones. It says, when do you think would be a good time for a test drive? So for me, a test drive is gonna come late in the evening. Okay, no. I being honest, 30 to 60 days. 30 to 60 days is all I got for you. I mean, if we've been dating, we've been having fun, we've been laughing and joking and kicking it. I got 30 to 60 days. I will not go in for the the draw on the first date, but I don't think I'm going to wait till marriage. I really don't. And then I'm showing how long will you wait again, like maybe 30 to 60 days. That's all I got for you. And then the next comment is don't limit your life to the city. God is everywhere. Look at ones outside the city. So the comments are coming up on my phone, but then I got, I don't know, other stuff in front of it. So I got to read past it. So look at ones outside the city. I do, right? I do, but I do want you to be here because I don't know if I can do long distance. And then the next one is how long will you wait? I think I answered that one. I'm not sure how long. But it ain't gonna be that first date. I can tell you that. It won't be the first date or the second. Because I need to know that you're serious. Like the first date, you already bring in your representative anyway. Because that's just what we do. The second date, the real you may peek out, but you still representative mode, depending on how long we've been talking on the phone and we go on this date and things of that nature. So I do need to get to know you. You can take that comment in. Or is that a new one? Yeah. How long will you wait? Yeah, I got that one. What's our next question?
So next question is true or false? What is your definition of submissive? And should women be submissive in a committed relationship? Explain your answer. So, submissive.
What are we doing with that?
I am all for being submissive to the right man. I have an issue with the word submissive because nowadays it means shut up and do what I say do, and you don't even have your own life together. So how can you be me, or how can I submit to you and you don't even have it together? So I do think submissiveness is also not forced either. It comes naturally. Mm-hmm. So if you own yourself as a man, you know, you got your life together, you got your own place, your own car, you got a good job, you know, you taking care of your kids. If you have them, you know, you got your spiritual life together, you're good financially, you know, you're just in a good place, and you're treating me like the queen that I know that I am, that submissiveness, that I can't talk. That submissiveness will come naturally. You don't have to force it. You don't have to bring it up or anything. I'm just going to flow with you. But if you chaotic and all over the place, I can't submit to you. Like, it's going to be forced. And then you're going to be mad at me and telling me, well, you don't know how to live. I need to tell you, who am I listening to?
Well, I think that goes back to if you don't know where we're going, how you leave me nowhere, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all, go on YouTube and look for Jill Scott. She said it best. When I say she said it the best, she said, I tell you like this. If you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. And I live by that. And if you get it, you get it, and I'm glad you got it. But that's real. Like, if you can tell me what to do, I have no problem with submitting. Like, none. I want you to make decisions. I've been single for a long time. So I have no problem with you making decisions, leave the household, because you are supposed to leave, right? But if you can't, then you ain't about to leave me nowhere. Honey, I'm okay. I'm good.
Who is leaving him? So who is leaving him?
Yeah.
You just taking advice from your bros off the street. You ain't got shit going to themselves either. Yeah. Or do you have leadership? Yeah. Do you have mentors that are actually doing something with themselves? Do you pray?
How many of your friends are married?
Right. Like, do you pray?
Yeah.
Do you seek counsel before making good decisions, or are you just I pulled up on bro at the corner store over here? He told me to do this and told me to do like, what? I'm not gonna listen to neither one of y'all. I'm gonna go do my own thing. What you talking about?
He's standing at the liquor store doing nothing. But and that's so very true, and I think that's where it comes from. You have to know how to lead, right? If you know how to lead, then we ain't gonna have no problem. But if you don't, I'm gonna lead this ship, and I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you on your ship, and I'm gonna get on my ship, and I'm gonna go on. Because if you can't be a leader, I can't be. And it's bad to say it, but I'm not gonna respect you. A man is supposed to lead, and if you can't, yeah, not happening. So
I had a, just being honest, I had an ex that my first real relationship after my husband came. And that was his biggest complaint about me. Like, you don't know how to shut up and just let me be the man. Where's we going? Because you have nothing together about your life, but me still being heavy in grief, I wanted somebody there. So literally worshiped the ground that I walked on, but was not together mentally, financially, like just was all over the place.
Where are we going?
And I'm just like, why am I listening to you? I got a job, I got a car, I got my own stuff. I'm building an empire. Like, you don't have a pot to piss in. So where are you going? Like, you have an issue with authority too. Like, so I'm not about to listen. No, like. And that was his biggest complaint about me. Like, you don't know how to be submissive and just let me be the man. So you can lead us to hell? Where we going? You don't lead me to hell with you. Like,
never mind. Where you going? Yeah, that's a big one. And again, I just feel like if you can't lead me, then we not gonna go anywhere. Any comments over there? Let's see what I can pull out this. It's best. I think she's going. Oh. Now we got suicide. Here we go. We got one. If a man asked you a Bible verse that described your personality, which one would it be? I have no clue.
it's
if a man asked you,
I mean, if I'm so Romans 8:18, what is it? The joy that the sufferings of this present time cannot compare to the joy that will be revealed in us. So that describes my personality because I have been through a lot of shit, a lot.
Oh,
and for me to be able to laugh and smile and joke, because I'm a jokester, I'm silly. I'm sorry, I'm super sarcastic at times, and it be a little overboard sometimes, but I'm working on that. That describes my personality. That through all the bullshit and craziness, I'm joyful now, and in the future gonna be even more joyful. So that's actually part of the reason why I got this tattooed on, because it's my favorite verse and it describes me as a person.
okay, I got two, and then we out of here, y'all. Again, we are here every second and fourth Thursday. We are going to be live right here on Facebook for a while. And then we're going back in person. But Chicago weather, honey, bye. So the next question is, and this is so crazy because I say it all the time. Is it possible to turn a hoe into a housewife or husband? And I say yes and no. And I say yes because if she was kind of sawing her royal oats, as they say, or she was kind of just out here playing the field, absolutely you can. But if this is really for real her profession, then I would go with no. And she's still currently doing that. You have to have a lot of money to pull her off the street. So I would say no. And a man, I feel like some men, not all, and again, I don't know every man, but for some men, it takes a special kind of woman because a lot of times men get women that'll be like, okay, well, he cheated this one time, so I'm gonna stay beside him. That's my man, I'm gonna stay beside him. And they accept lack of a better word, accept the cheating, right? So, if they end up kind of just going with it and he continued to do what he doing. So, but then there's women that's like, you got one time. You got one time to go out these doors.
That she needed a choice.
And I'm done. Right? And then he thinks about, and I'm not saying all men, but some men think about like, I really don't want to lose her. I can't lose her. So I ain't worried about these other women over here. They gotta go because I want her. So I do believe in some aspects, yes, you can turn a hoe into a housewife or husband. I ain't gonna say no house husband because I ain't taking, but you can. I think yes.
Like you never know what put that person in a position that they had to go out there and do whatever. Men and women. So I think once you know a person's past, and if that person doesn't want to stay in that lifestyle their whole entire lives, and they willing, go for it.
Yeah. So we got a comment that said, not even just money to get her off the street. She may have soul ties or they. Ooh, baby, yeah. And then we got another comment. Latanya said it depends on the person and their circumstances, and I think that's very true. Like. So am I going in thinking that I can change this person? Absolutely not. Absolutely, yeah. I'm not going in like, yeah, I can change him. No, man, we ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. But I think, people change. And I think that sometimes it does take that woman or that particular man to, even a woman, like I've been, kind of kicking it with different guys or whatever the case may be, and that one guy, you be like, you know what? I don't even want them. I want to be with him. And if he's doing what he needs to do, then I can see walking away from other people to be with that one. So I'm gonna say yes, you can. We have. I'm trying to wait for these comments to go back so I can see this comment. Okay. Was the husband and the wife turned both promiscuous? Don't know. I don't know if they were promiscuous. I have met professional women in the street, sex traffic, etc., that make great wives. I doubt no one's love. Everyone, I got comments on top of comments. Everyone deserves commitment with the right one. And I believe that. And so I'm not going to say that you can't. I'm just going to simply say that it takes don't go in thinking, oh, I'm going to change him or her. Because that's not what's going to change them. The person has to change the person and want to change. You can't do that. Go in with an open mind if that's what you're going to do, but make sure you're in for the long haul because they may or may not change. So the second of my second question. Final question for this evening is, true or false? Women tell the truth about their body count. Defend your answer.
No, we don't. No, we don't. I tell the truth about mine is low. But if it was high, like if it was on hands and toes, oh, I'm lying. Like, no.
Don't ask.
But why is it? I've never understood why that's important.
Oh, don't ask me.
Because that's not personal business.
Listen, let me tell you something. Men out there that even try or think they're going to date me, don't ask. Because one, it's not your business. Because I'm not going to ask you. Because it's not my business. Whoever you had before me was before me. I don't care if you had 1 million. And I say that lightly, so please don't start jumping in the comments like, oh my God, 1 million. Whatever he did before me don't have nothing to do with me. I can't go back in time and erase it. There's nothing I can do about what he did before me. With that being said, don't ask me. Because whether I tell the truth or not, I'm going to give you the same answer. That's not your business. Because it's not.
Now, I will say, if we're and I did this when I got married, I was interested in his body count and when he started having sex. I don't care, but I had my own personal reason for that because it was stuff going on that was I was like, okay, when did that start? And so yeah, if I'm getting serious with you, we talk about marriage, I want to know back end stuff like that, especially if there are certain behaviors that are there that are a little questionable. I need to be like, okay, when did you start having sex? You know, how many? But just casual dating or we haven't, excuse me, we haven't got serious or whatever, then no, I'm not gonna ask that because I don't want. I'm not gonna tell you how. I don't want to just know you. But if I'm talking about marrying you, then yeah, I want to know that.
Don't ask me. I don't care if I'm marrying you. Don't ask me because the answer is not your business. Because it was before you. Whatever happened before you don't even matter. I don't. You know what I'm saying? For me, right? I'm disease free. I have. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing going on right now.
That question needs to
be okay. Now we can talk about that, right? I'm disease free. I don't have none of that. Like I don't have any issues. You know, if we want to talk about those things, I would say absolutely, right? When was the last time you were tested? Da, 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 da. I can talk about those things. But don't ask me because I don't want to know yours. I don't care. It was before me. It's before me. And to be honest, if you've had quite a few partners, 9 times out of 10, you don't even know your count. There are people that don't know. Because after 20, are you still counting? You probably like not counting. I mean, just being honest, like a lot of people don't know, and they make up these numbers in their head, and most of the time, just being honest, men more than women make up numbers. I don't want to know. I need to know: are you clean? Are you disease free? And when was the last time you went to the doctor? Those are my business. Body count is not. And that's just me, right? Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has a difference of opinion, and that's okay. But don't ask me that question because I'm going to tell you it's not your business. I only want to know if we start talking about marriage, then I only ask that just because I'm just me looking at some spiritual aspects of stuff. So that's why I would want to know that. But so it's more so like, do you still have soul ties out there?
Soul ties and just certain behaviors that are red flags to me when being intimate with someone and like if I'm talking about marrying you, then yeah, we gonna get into that. But just casual.
Ask me if I'm still that soul tie. Ask me that. We can talk about that because that's enough, right? But don't ask me about that because it ain't your business. My auntie Tabitha Brown said it ain't your business because that's my business. That's my business. Any comments over there? The last comment I had is I do, I think. Okay. So listen, guys, that was our last question for tonight. Man, this was fun, y'all. What you got for us? What's our last? What's the last of it? Second, fourth, Thursday. Second and fourth Thursday.
I would love to hear like some topics that you guys want to talk about.
Yes, send them to us, please. Send them in. And I want to let you guys know that every Wednesday, starting February the 22nd, the Art of Transparency not-for-profit organization has a TV show. I'm waiting on it to come on my. We now have a TV show, and the TV show is the Art of Transparency show. It is not Art of Transparency talk show. I know it's a little bit confusing, but we have a TV show. So I need you all to download the OCP app on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Stream, STRIMM, Stream TV, Chromecast. All of those have this particular channel, and it is O, C as in cat, P as in Paul, OCP TV. Download that. We are on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. starting February the 22nd, guys. So that is like huge for us. We have made it to TV, y'all. It will not be this particular segment because this is the talk show where we can talk about anything, talk about sex, talk about anything. The Art of Transparency TV show talks about testimonies and the transformation of how we made it over, right? So tune into that starting February the 22nd. Tune in. Email us or inbox us. Give us some subjects, guys. Give us some subjects because we want to talk about everyday life. We want to talk about everyday things that's happening. We want to talk about relationships, absolutely. But we also want to talk about parenting. We want to talk about not being able to parent, right? We want to talk about everyday things, not just dating. Because, yeah, the WYD text is fun. But let's get into it, okay? So, last words, Cole.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the comments and the back and forth.
Yes.
Conversation. I know it's a little different this week, but thank you for being patient with us. And,
we're working it out. We're working out. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. See you on the 4th. This is the second Thursday, right? So we will see you guys on the 4th Thursday. And again, February 22nd, tune in OCP TV. And we will see you guys in 2. Have a good night. Bye-bye.